issues being resolved. Well, it is 11 minutes gone past the hour of 9 on the AM side. It's a Thursday, and it is the 17th day in the month of July of 2025. And yes, we will be talking politics and current affairs, something that we know how to. This is because if we don't talk about this, then it means that we do not have any moral standing as regards to speaking truth to power and leadership in the changing world and changing the environment that is around us. And now we'll be looking at something that borders around moves against or SEC. That's the Security and Exchange Commission moving against 79 suspected Ponzi schemes in Nigeria. And our guest is Barrister Ahmed Tanimu Abubakar, who's a lawyer, a political conversationalist. Now let's give a brief background to the discourse this morning, because the topic of our political story is on the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC launching an investigation into 79 suspected Ponzi schemes, and they are operating across Nigeria. So the SEC is warning that those found culpable will face severe legal consequences, including prosecution under the Investment and Securities Act, that is the ISA 2025. Now, you would also recall that in July of 2025, the SEC highlighted the dangers of these schemes. They also went further to emphasizing that they promise unusually high and unrealistic returns, leading to losses of billions of naira. Also, recall that the recent bust of the crypto bullion exchange, that's talking about the CBX, the scheme, defrauded Nigerians of over 1.3 trillion naira, and that's approximately 847 million US dollars. Okay, so if you also recall again, taking us back to some time earlier, when in 2017 or 2016 now, if I'm not mistaken, there was the very popular MMM, 2016, right? MMM, Nigeria at the time, it was a notorious Ponzi scheme that collapsed, causing widespread financial losses among Nigerians. Similar cases like the MBA Forex in 2020 also led to significant financial distress. The SEC has also been warning Nigerians about the dangers of unregistered investment schemes. Unregistered investment schemes. And that it takes us to the place of, wait, please, who are those responsible to ensuring that there is a monitoring and evaluation process where some of these schemes would be found out, and not just found out, quick action will be started to getting them off our society. But yeah, we've allowed them to operate for too long that it was not even 5. It didn't take up to 10. They grew up until 20. And now they become 79, and if not more, counting. And here we are warning. Here we are always crying over spilt milk. That's what a Nigerian told me. A brother told me yesterday and said, we always cry in spilled milk, Nigeria. Oh, you do forget about it. It's just our culture. It's just our way of life. It's just the way we behave. Nothing is going to change. It's always the usual thing. And I know that you must have heard that phrase. Nothing is going to change. But is that really what the situation is? Should we really sleep on with our eyes closed, rest on our oars and laurels, say that, oh, we've been fighting this for a while now. We have made some successes. We should just let it be. We'll do our best. Don't worry, things we got it under control and everything, and yet it's getting worse by the day. But we have our guest now. He is Barrister Ahmed Tanimu Abubakar, and he's going to be adding his voice in the discourse this morning. Welcome aboard, Barrister Ahmed Tanimu.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
It's a delight being on your program.
Awesome, Barrister. It's also a delight to have you on here. Barrister, the Ponzi scheme is not a new conversation anymore. I mean, I could tell you a story of a young woman who wishes to be anonymous, says, as a young Nigerian investor who was lured into one of these Ponzi schemes with promises of high returns, She invested her savings, hoping to secure a future. Unfortunately, the scheme collapsed, leaving her with significant financial losses and emotional stress. And this story is highlighting the human impact of these fraudulent schemes on Nigerians. Now, the SEC is warning us as Nigerians that there's about 79 of these schemes under investigation, and Nigerians should indeed be aware so they can deviate from it, they can dissociate from it, they can recognize them and not allow themselves to be the Ponzi in the scheme. What would be your thoughts on this, especially in a time like this when questions are arising? Why do Nigerians keep falling for gullible Ponzi schemes? What exactly might be the root causes, and how do we take ourselves out of this quagmire?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. The answer is very simple. You see, all the major causes, they are basically two. One is our innate greed, and the second is lack of regulatory control and supervisory function by relevant agencies. I will share a typical example with you. Most of these Ponzi schemes, when they come into the country, the first thing they do is to go and get registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission. The Corporate Affairs Commission, unfortunately, cannot control or know what a company would do. You can register any company and you can turn your company into a tool, a special purpose vehicle for Ponzi scheme or conducting fraud. So at that point, a lot of people, the moment about deceiving such people, they make advertisement that they are fully registered by the government, and they now brandish CAC registration. Some of them are as smart as even registering for SCUMU, that's the special registration for anti-laundry by the EFCC. They will register it.
Are you there?
Definitely, they won't register with the Security and Exchange Commission.
Okay.
So people will now be invited into get radio anchors, get advertisements from every sort of places, telling people how they can double their money, how they can be anywhere they are working, in passive income. I'm telling you this practically out of experience, because I have found a situation where I've been invited by Unity, come and join this scheme, La Vida Loco, like this, so many fanciful names, and they say training on how to be self-reliant, and they start the scheme with telling you that if you work for passive income, while you are practicing as a lawyer, while you are DJing, while you are in the and on the air personality, while you are in the military, while you are a housewife, if you have something that will be generating passive income, it sounds audible, it sounds something any reasonable person will want to key in, but that's the first step. But because we lack regulatory control, not everybody is in for it because of greed. Some are in for it because they want to diversify their source of income, and they now put the responsibility of evaluation, monitoring, and regulatory concern on relevant government agencies. And we all know the way our government agencies work. They are usually reactive, not proactive. SEC now are reacting to things that are already in public domain. What stops them from being proactive?
Right.
We all saw all these Ponzi schemes. They are all in our cases. We shouldn't have waited until they have taken billions of naira of people's money before they start reacting. The moment if you have surveillance mechanism, they go online. They have soldiers. They have people that works on intelligence. Any entity that tends to tell people about investing in such in.
Oh, that's amazing. We'll get back with him this morning. And that was Barrister Ahmed Tanimu Abubakar, who is sharing his thoughts, giving us 2 cents in the matter this morning. And that's the thing. I mean, he made some very vital points. The first thing that he said was the place of greed. And the second part is the fact that we are always very reactive rather than being proactive. Let's get to hear from him again. Are you there? Are you there? Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Oh, yeah. For a bit, we lost connection with you, right? Yeah, that's what went
Yes.
on. Yeah, let's
I'm
get
with you.
let's get to the place where you said that we are mostly reactive and not proactive, and that Nigerians had expected the Securities and Exchange Commission to up their game, right, and look into these issues
Absolutely.
already without waiting until it has gotten to the limelight. Take, for example, the recent and latest CBEX. That is when we began to hear the brouhaha coming from SEC. Everybody now wants to talk about how the Ponzi scheme is causing issues and all of that, as if we never knew they existed before. Would you agree if SEC and the CAC and the relevant authorities that come up now and say we were not aware? Would you agree with them?
They've always been there. They not proactive. They wait for the calamity to befall innocent Nigerians before they into action, trying to make some recovery, trying to make some arrests. These are things that ordinarily the NIFU, the EFCC, the Security and Exchange Commission, primarily in this instance, will leave the CAC out of it, because the CAC will register any company that meets its requirements. And if you look at it, some of these schemes, you have Nigerians, you have foreigners, you have registered companies as shareholders and board of directors. They should go after them. It's about checking, fact-checking information supplied. But primarily, it's very clear. The ISA Act, Investment and Security Act 2025, as signed by the President, there are so many provisions that you cannot go to the public to seek for investment without approval from the Security and Exchange Commission. So the moment people start involving people to invest, to trade in, to do this, the regulatory concern should step in immediately. You go and look at online banks, they are already doing it. Look at private individuals, they are already doing it. Even bankers, people working in banks, they are calling for investment, giving returns. All these are unregulated. And then you have the one I was painting a scenario for you, where people tell people that they are being called upon to come and have streams of income and buy products. They are buying cosmetic products. They are just scam and just fraud. Because the basic thing is that how do you grow an investment based on a kind of a Ponzi? The Ponzi is that when you call one person, the one person will call 10 persons. 10 persons will call another 10 persons. And for each of those persons being called, there is a chain. And in all this chain, you'll be seated at home, you continue to get reward. But they are all lies. They don't even have the basic software. When I went for the training and I was asking them, no, I can get you 100 people. But I want to see how it goes. Tell me the name of the software that you operate in. I said, let me give you an example. Every bank you see, they spend humongous amount to maintain a software. Is it Globus? Is it T24? Is it Terminus? Is it so many software? And it costs them billions of naira because they want to get optimal results. If you make a transaction in Kano, on the spot, instantaneously, it will be reflected in the overall system of the bank. You can go to Enugu, you can go to Iyala, you can go to Port Harcourt. At that exact moment, you see your account balance. If it is deposit, you are depositing fixed deposit. You see your profitability. You see every of those things instantaneously. The question we ask those people, where is your software? And some of them, they are trying to be smart. They will come up with an Excel spreadsheet. We all know that it doesn't work. We all know that they don't have the capacity to even, let's assume it's even a factual thing. They don't have the capacity to actually run it. And that is the reason why they will not even go to SEC, because it's just a scam. They will rob Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
They are not doing any virtual business. They are not doing any real business. So if you are not doing any real business, even any organization, they accept you on being bank and insurance company. And in that case, they are in real business because they are in the business of financial intermediation. They are in the process of providing cover for eventualities, and they are taking fees. And some people don't know, banks are even actually engaged in real businesses, importation, building, estate, through partnership and joint venture. But those scammers, those Ponzi schemes, they don't have anything to tie to as a chain of business, the kind of profit.
Let me ask you, how do we even recognize these Ponzi schemes? What should be the questions? What should be the landmarks that we should be looking out for, to identifying some of these Ponzi's?
Okay, you see the landmarks that you just asked, which I just pointed out, is number one, you ask them, what is the type of software they are using? Is it a software that is globally acceptable? Has the software been able to demonstrate to you how the scheme, how the business model works? If you invest maybe 100 million, 100,000, and you bring in 10 people, how is it done? Where is it segregated? How is the payment being? How is the business being? From that alone, you will know. And any business that is relying on you bring a certain number of people, then those other people to bring another kind of people, and on top of that, Ponzi scheme has been with us from time immemorial.
Right.
And it will continue to happen. It comes under various shades, and some I'm telling you, some will tell you that they know it's a Ponzi scheme, but they want to be the first takers.
So, in other words, you're saying that Nigerians are also aiding the process. They're aiding this Ponzi schemes to happen.
Absolutely.
Oh, I see. So,
absolutely. I have a friend who is aware. He knows it's a Ponzi scheme, but the moment he sees any Ponzi scheme, he gets himself involved, invest maybe 100 or 200,000 or 500, whatever. The moment there is any markup on it, he cash out. This is the thing. Some of us are doing that. What other people need to look at, they are providing help. I'm telling you, in the case of MMM, I will get money sent to A. You can be directed to send money to Mr. B. Mr. B will now.
Oh, are you there? Barrister Ahmed?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, there is so much going on. This is what the network of our country has come to. Once celebrated, now in shambles. But anyways, that's not the conversation this morning. I'd like to really hear from you. What would be your thoughts in this regard? I mean, more of robbing Peter to pay Paul seems to be a scheme that has existed with us from time immemorial, and nobody seems to be talking about it. Maybe because there are some persons who are, in quotes, cashing out. Just as the guest made mention, the moment a new Ponzi scheme comes, they know it's a Ponzi scheme, and they just jump into it and make their first monies from it, and before you know it, they are done, because they know that this will not last. But then whose shoulders does it rest on to look into these issues, clamp down on these fake personnel who run these Ponzi's, and do the needful so that the financial sources, the financial pocket of you and I will be safe? Because as much as we know that there are some persons who get into the schemes knowing fully what it is, there are also some Nigerians, some of our brothers and sisters who are very gullible, who will still get into it, and it has raised some concerns, right? In the light of this, what exactly should be the wake-up call in this sense? Is it the SEC warning Nigerians, or it should be the ICPC, the FCC, and all the Financial Crimes Commission that has been institutionalized by the Nigerian Constitution, waking up to its call and doing the needful? And the place of recovery, too, has also become another point of concern. I mean, when we do get these schemes, are there ways that we can reach out to, maybe through the newspapers, maybe through the radio stations, announce these Ponzi's that have been caught, so that there could be some sort of recovery? It may not be all of the investment, but maybe just a little bit of recovery, because as it is now, in the economically speaking, we're not making any sense, so to speak, even though the Minister of Finance, right, Wale Edun, has recently reaffirmed the move of his principal, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reforms, saying that it is a long-standing, long-run kind of reform, that we would not be seeing it bring the necessitated changes that we want to see, but it will take a bit of a time before these changes come. And he has supported it hook, line, and sinker. In fact, he said one of those economic reform was the very first statement that Mr. President made as soon as upon assuming office, when he says subsidy is gone, right? But here we are. After that time, here we are with schemes coming up, numbering not 1, not 10, not 20, not 30, and they've gotten to 79. And the guy says there's no way the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, there is no way the ICPC, the EFCC, and all the other financial institutions would say that they are unaware, that they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. So the question also would be, why now? Why wait up until now? Why wait until the CBX blew off right up in our faces? You know, why? Because the National Assembly took that one seriously, and here we are, the SEC is now waking up to its call and letting us know the exact number of Ponzi schemes out there. 79 they numbered, 79 they mentioned, but some are saying that this might be more than 79. But anyways, let's stick to the 79. But is 79 not alarming just yet? Anyways, we'll just take out this time, go on a recess, be back in a short bit. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
This is Nigeria, where every new day brings a fresh chance to dream bigger, push harder, and live confidently. But true confidence is more than hope. It's knowing that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, you're protected, empowered, and ready for the journey ahead. At Sanlam Alliance, we believe confidence isn't just for a few, it's the right of everyone. That's why we have come together, uniting the strength of a Pan-African giant and a global leader to give you the financial protection and solutions you need to succeed. Because when we come together, we protect more, we achieve more, and we all rise together. Sanlam and Alliance is now Sanlam Alliance. Sanlam Alliance. Live with confidence.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah. That woman own don't finish.
My dear, let's go and greet them, okay?
Hey! Join Media Coalition and Awareness to hold trafficking, MICAS, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAS and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
Oh yeah, now logistics. Oh yeah, now logistics. You want order food? Oh yeah, straight to your doorstep. We dey come, one pick up something. Oh yeah, or drop off something. We dey come, be you need help for shopping. Oh yeah, direct from your favorite. We dey come, you want order your cooking gas. Oh yeah, direct to your doorstep. We dey come, we dey run massive discount. Oh yeah, just place
now and download Oya Now app on the Google Play Store or Apple Store. You can also visit us at www.oyanow.ng or call us on 080 84 101000 or 081 23554000. We are available in Lagos and Abuja. We are now with the call.
Okay, we're back. This is Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show, and this one, of course, is the political and current affairs probe show on here and right now. And we're looking at the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, moving against 79 suspected Ponzi schemes in Nigeria. And as it stands right there, there has been also some conversation surrounding why do most Nigerians get into this vulnerable position where they are being caught up within the whirlwind of Ponzi schemes. One of such would be the place of greed, of course, as the guest had put out there, greed being fundamental, and the place of economic challenges, limited financial education, even social influence, recommendations from friends, family, community leaders, and all of that make people to want to get investment with these kinds of schemes without fully understanding the risks involved, right? Well, we get back with him already and hear from him, but I'd like to also hear from you. The number would be 0907-353-0044. Taking your call. How do we get out of the woods on this one? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Odua, good morning.
Good morning to you, Honorable Edwards.
Thank you so much, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I 100% agree with our guest.
Right.
He said everything, but to add to it, Nigerians are also greedy. Look, there is something, hacking of accounts. Before you see that your Facebook account is hacked, yeah, your Facebook account is, hello?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Honorable.
Your Facebook account is hacked. There must be something that you accepted. They will send you either a code or they will tell you that you're going to have a meeting. You are going to have a conference meeting or something like that. You accept it, or they will say that if you do this, you get social amount, or federal government is giving this, and then the Nigerians will fall into it easily without knowing the details. So we are too greedy. We are too greedy for to fall into this all these things. Then what is the way forward? We continue complaining that EFCC are not doing the work. Can EFCC even work everywhere? They are all human beings like us.
Right.
We need to also improve. Let's try to know the genuinity of whatever we are involving ourselves into. That is why the way he used proactive is the best. Okay. We are not using proactive, action.
So, Honorable, you're saying the bulk of the work is on us, not about the, financial institutions. We should be proactive as people and stop greed or being greedy. That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you, Honorable Edwards. All the way from my poll right there. Honorable Edwards is putting it on the people who get involved in these processes. You are the ones who should be blamed. And stop crying over spilt milk, all right? Stop doing that. When it is your fault, accept it that it's your fault and turn a new leaf. Maybe when we begin to change our mindset, that would help us a great deal. But what do you think, though? He had made a point saying that the EFCCs, the ICPCs, they're human beings. They can't be everywhere. And then it brings us to the place of whether the Ponzi schemes are just fixated in one region alone, or maybe one society alone. Take, for example, in Abuja now, maybe it's just something that is operational in Kubwa alone. So we could say that, okay, the EFCC operators, personnel, and the ICPC, they don't know what's going on. But wouldn't it shock us to know and learn that some of the big, the high, and the mighty in the society are also giving these Ponzi schemes, the backing that they have to have a backbone to operate even continually in our societies. Barrister Ahmed, what are your thoughts in this?
I'm with you.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I agree with you. But if you look at it from a perspective, some of those you reference to, they are actually victims. I've seen a case where a governor and his wife and some of the commissioners in Kaduna State were all victims of the Ponzi scheme. What the scammers did was simply to invite them under the guise that they are going to do charitable donation to citizens. So, and they imported, they brought like a trailer load of bag of rice and household deliverables, and with all phone fare and whatever. So now the average people now see it on camera, see it on TV, hear it on radio that a particular Ponzi scheme operators have invited the governor, have brought in bags of rice to deliver to the masses. And because people are naturally poor, the economy is in a shambles, so people will now want to look for any means. This is the means they use in luring. They look for young girls that are unemployed. They tell them they are giving them commission, they are giving them fantastic salary. Their work is to go from offices to offices to approach bankers, approach civil servants, approach the government. You see, it's an elaborate scheme, carefully planned and masterfully executed. You just pray not to fall into their
Barrister,
noted. Their jurisdiction now is transponder because they operate through the internet.
Yeah,
Barrister, they're part of having physical structures.
Isn't this corruption in itself? Couldn't this be penalized by the law?
You see, one point is that it's all in our faces. They are seeing it, and it's left for constituted authority to be proactive. Say in this instance, by the time they set up machinery, for example, they could have a monitoring unit, which I believe they have. They could have an evaluating unit. Their work on a daily basis should be that they click on Google, they click on search, and they click on Facebook, they click on all the social media and say investment opportunities to invest in. Use personal or a dummy account. You will see all sorts of link, all sorts of investment, all sorts of link telling you that the federal government is distributing cash incentive, grants, whatever, and they use it to authenticate those process. But because you are not proactive, you are always waiting for reactions. What stops takes when CBS were busy collecting people money? What stops takes from conducting an inspection to look at have they complied to regulatory compliance? Have they been domiciled accounts with our regular banks and not Bitcoin? There are basics that you need to take in for every investment. If you are going for an initial public offer, you are supposed to state that this investment is for expanding our so and so and so business. And the question is, what are the so and so business? Are you a bank? Are you expanding by building more branches, having more software sophistication, meeting the capital adequacy requirements? Are you an insurance company? Do you want to expand to have more cover? Are you a money lender? Do you have what it takes to expand? So these are the things that a routine examination would have exposed. But because they are not doing it, they only wait when there are victims, when people are clamoring, then they will now swing into action. The 79 Ponzi scheme, this is just the beginning. Many more will still come. Many more Nigerians will still be defrauded until we change our mindsets or reaction to being productive.
Well, what about the place?
Regulatory energy can do little or nothing.
Yeah, what about the place of sensitization, education, allowing for Nigerians to be very much aware of their schemes?
For Nigerians, you should know that there is no easy money. Anybody that has a means of making quick money will never tell you, even if it is your family member. If anybody is inviting you or telling you about opportunities of how you can turn your life around, when you go there, simply ask for the details of the transaction dynamics. If I invest 100,000, what are you going to do with the 100,000? Some will come up with stories that they are going to buy household products. You ask yourself, How many household products do you need that for 100,000 will fetch you and it will not be a source of investment? Where are their marketing strategy? Where are their shops?
Right.
Where are their outlets? How profitable are those items? What is the quality of those items? Who are the ones producing those items? If you cannot authenticate those things independently, run.
Okay.
Because the invitation will keep coming.
Okay.
The storyline is the same thing. Earning passive income, diversify. They will get one or two celebrities, social media active influencers. They will take them abroad. They will tell them that, oh, it is from everlasting product. It is from everyday product. And you feel that they are forwarding them to go to abroad. They are all Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
If you are into the business of buying and selling, let it be business of buying and selling. It will not be 1 to call 10, 10 to call 20, and the 3 will now be that for every the 10 and the subsequent 20 being called upon, you are getting. So no law allows for that content, because the regulatory agents are fully aware that they don't have structures to actually believe and ensure that things are done which are presented. So it's really a scam or it doesn't exist.
All right. Appreciate your time with us talking about Barrister Ahmed Tanimu Abubakar. He is a legal practitioner as well as a conversationalist. It's been a nice time conversing with you at this time.
Thank you for having me all the time. I'm always delighted being on your show.
Right. Thank you. But yes, this is where we call it a close. But I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us. I wonder why y'all are not talking about this now. Maybe because you are also a part of it. But I know it's not everybody, though. But if you're a part of this, you already heard it already. If you're one who is given its strength to operate, please stop. Stop. And if you are that one person who has found yourself in the mix already and they're already asking you for more monies, help yourselves. Stop. Come out of it. Get out of it. Even though the SEC has not put anything out there saying that report to us. Tell us, if you find anyone operational, because these are things the Nigerians are expecting from the SEC, at a point like this, and every other financial, institution as labeled by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But please save yourselves first by getting out of these. There is no way to get money easy. There's no get rich quick thing syndrome. No, there's no path like that. It's got to be progressive. It's got to be a step at a time, and that's how it goes. Anyways, 10 o'clock, General Open Banter. Quite a conversation we'll be having at that hour. You don't want to miss it. My name is Udwak Daniel.